focus on my brake lights. Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it. Put a couple bands on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I can't go pop that thing like I'm feeling green. Yeah. Talking to my past like focus on my brake lights. Moving to my future now.
Well, hello there, beautiful ladies and gentlemen as well. Of course, you are welcome in this show. Well, yes, you know, it's that time. It's breaking the silence.
Yes,
For
it
those
is.
of you who don't know us, you're a first-time viewer, we're going to be a little bit lenient with you because if you're a faithful viewer, how do you not know that your favorite show is on? Like, ladies, like we should not be talking about this. However, we are going to introduce ourselves because we want to leave a legacy of compassion and a legacy of politeness. So, my name is Angeli.
I'm Nori.
I'm ShyTia.
And again, welcome to Breaking the Silence team. And I really put that there. You kind of like got it, the legacy, because hey, if you're not on, then that means this whole week you missed it. But don't worry, today we're still going to be talking about the legacy, right? For this week, we have been talking about how we can show compassion. What legacy, what mark are we leaving towards the people we love, and even those who are strangers, those who we just encounter once, twice. So today we are gonna mark it with what mark do you leave behind? This Legacy of Compassion series, we are going to do that again today. We're gonna be talking about that. But of course, yes, we're gonna be celebrating moms. However, there's more than one way to be a mom.
Oh, yes.
So we're gonna be talking about that later on, like that traditional mom that you see on TV or what you've known all along. There is actually more than one way. And later on in the show, we're gonna be talking about that. So, also, we have some gifts that, like gift ideas.
You brought me a gift?
Well,
See how she is so nice and
we'll
wonderful.
talk about it
I
later
can't
on
wait
the break.
to see it.
But we have some gift ideas. If you're a daughter, if you're a son, you know, and you're like, what do I even give my mom? Because like she almost have everything,
Yeah.
or based on her style, on her personality, what do I give her? So we got you. Don't worry about that. We got you. We're going to be talking about that later on. And also we have a reflective segment, which is Empowered Echo. So we're going to have some quotes and we're going to put our own twist to it. Okay. So later on, we're going to do that. And a question for you ladies, since we're talking about compassion, this is going to be maybe a tough one. Is it easier for you to be more compassionate or give compassion to yourself or to others?
Others.
Yes.
Yeah,
Others.
I think we agree on that. Like, we got a problem. No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, sometimes we can be our, worst critic.
Yeah.
And not even a cheerleader.
Yeah.
So we gotta be balanced, right?
There you go.
We're gonna be
Balance is
talking
key.
about that later on as well. So right now, I know that's a lot of things for you to kind of, soak in. So we're gonna give you a quick break and we'll be back.
Ready to connect, laugh, and learn? Breaking the Silence is your go-to for honest conversations and genuine connections.
Feeling drained? Breaking the Silence highlights the vital connection between physical and mental well-being. Step 1. Hydrate intentionally. Make a conscious effort to drink enough water throughout the day. Your brain and body will thank you. Step 2. Embrace colorful foods. Incorporate a variety of fruits and vegetables into your meals. Nourishment is self-care. Step 3. Move your body joyfully. Find an activity you enjoy, even for a few minutes each day. Movement boosts mood and energy. Don't let fatigue silence your vibrancy. Find your power. Break the silence and join the conversation. Tune in to Breaking the Silence, weekdays on ULFN. Visit watch.ulfn.org for tips to reclaim your energy and embrace your authentic self.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. This puts them at increased risk for type 2 diabetes, heart attack, and kidney disease. The good news? Prediabetes can be reversed. Follow along with this 1-minute risk test to learn your risk for prediabetes. Are you over 40? That's 1 point. Over 50? That's another. Over 60? Add 1 more. If you're a man, give yourself a point. Family history of diabetes? Add a point. Have high blood pressure? Add another. Not physically active? That's a point. Are you slightly overweight? That's 1 point. Pretty overweight? That's 2. Very overweight? That's 3. A score of 5 or more means you likely have prediabetes, so talk with your doctor. Learn how you can change the outcome at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Breaking the silence. Real women, real conversations, real time. Empowering, motivating, and inspiring you live throughout the week. But we know life gets busy, and you shouldn't have to miss a single moment. Check out watch.ulfn.org/breaking the silence. Your one-stop destination to catch up, rewatch, and relive your favorite episodes anytime. Unfiltered conversations, influential guests, life-changing moments. All just a click away. Why miss out when you can experience Breaking the Silence over and over again on your time? Start watching today.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Understand that things happen, life happens, mistakes happen.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
For when you're mentally exhausted, it's a completely different thing.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
Do you remember that one conversation you had with this one person, but you don't remember the conversation at all? You just remembered how it made you feel, how it made you feel safe to be vulnerable at that moment. Well, today we are going to be talking about the mark that we leave on people. Ladies, this week we've been talking about compassion, the legacy of compassion towards our family members, our loved ones, and even with strangers. But what do we really leave behind? You know, what mark do we leave behind? Because conversations, we have that every single time. People we see in the grocery stores, strangers, right, ShyTia? But even people that we love. But we have conversations all the time, but we rarely, of course, if it's something important, we remember that. But what is really something that would leave a lasting impression or a mark is how we felt at that moment. Did we feel safe when we were talking to this person? Did we feel not judged, or we felt judged, right? Did we feel that the other person was kind of hostile or kind of like not wanting to talk to us with just their body expression, their facial expression, not because of the words they say. Of course, words have power. However, sometimes you're just like, oh, it seems like I've known this person for such a long time, although maybe it's just once or twice that you've encountered that person because that's how that person made you feel. And the truth is, that's how we are leaving mark with other people. Whether, we were having a bad day in that moment, we just wanted to brush it off, that conversation, but we leave a mark, whether we like it or not, that conversation that we didn't want to have, we leave a mark by just expressing how we feel or how we receive that person. So it's very important sometimes, these conversations that we have with other people, and then we're kind of like, what did we even talk about? But I really love how she was, just enjoying my presence. I really love how she was just there reacting, how she was really paying attention to what I'm saying. She probably doesn't even understand what I said, but she was really there, listening to me. And that's what's important, building relationships with others.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And as you were speaking, I was also thinking about act of kindness with a little bit of twist. And I'll give you an example of that. Like, for example, every act of kindness, has the potential of creating a ripple effect. You know, when you do an act of kindness towards someone, it kind of motivates them to pass it forward. And Angeli, hearing you speak, you reminded me one time of a lady. We were in a line, and she can tell I was really pressed for time. But I guess maybe she was having her moment too. But she did something that was like, for me, it was out of the blue. I can see her frustration, but she was still kind towards me, and she let me go ahead of her. And so I smiled not because, you know, I was like, yes, I got in front of her, but because even in the midst of her frustration or whatever it is that she was going through, which I have no idea what she was going through, she still was kind enough to let me go first. And so I've never seen this woman again ever in my life, but I never forget that example. You know what I mean? So even in the midst of, you know, hard times or maybe grief or whatever it is, when you do an act of kindness, it definitely marks a person. You know, that's a mark that you are leaving behind, that this person's going to be like, wow. And they can take it as an example to pay it forward to someone else as well. Because anybody else would have been just like, oh, well, whatever. Everybody has struggles. Everybody's going through something. And they could have just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not left that impact, that mark, or that example to pay it forward, no matter what it is that you're going through. So yeah, act of kindness definitely has, you know, a ripple effect, and it makes other people pay it forward as well.
For sure.
And you know, like you were talking, I was thinking of a funeral, right? When you go to a funeral, you don't hear people saying like, oh, they achieved this, they achieved that, they have all of this accomplishments. No, when you go to a funeral, you hear they were such a good person. They were always there for me when I needed them. I knew that I can count on them, or they were so nice. They would give the clothes off of your back. So when you go to a funeral, you hear more about, again, like you were saying, how a person made you feel. And that's what we have to remember. It's not about big things, like you were saying, like, oh, it's something so small. But if we do it often, if that's just who we are, instead of us thinking of big, grand gestures, it's the little things that matter more than the big things. And we have to remember that. Like, who am I on a daily basis? Am I a compassionate person, or I'm just a person who's all about myself? So that's something that I take with me as well. Like, every day I have to show up and be compassionate. I have to be consistent in what I'm doing, and that's how I will leave my legacy of compassion behind.
Yeah, like for just very, very quick, for example, like smiling, right? Saying good morning, saying how are you, even to you are having a bad day, that's how people will remember you. Because again, as you said, it's not the grandest moments. It's not like those big grand movement, but it's the smallest, most ordinary things. So this is a question for you viewers. What is one act of kindness or one small thing that you can do towards your neighbor, towards your family member, or even maybe towards yourself? Think about that. We're going to go on a quick break and we'll be back.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown. And we'd never babysit with a screen. We said we'd never let the toys take over.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Skylar, come here. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
The Universal Church is open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you are in the southern region and looking for a home church, there is a place where free help is available for everyone. We are located in many southern states. Take a look. The largest city in Louisiana, New Orleans. You can find us at 138 North Broad Street, New Orleans, Louisiana, 70119. In the state capital of Alabama, Montgomery. We are located at 2045 Madison Avenue, Montgomery, Alabama, 36107. We are located in the Peach State, Georgia. Our address is 3110 East Ponce de Leon Avenue, Scottsdale, Georgia, 30079. There are no dress code requirements. Come as you are with an open heart and let God work in your life. We don't judge, we help. Call us for locations near you. 888-332-4141. Come and see how God can transform your life. Make your way to the Universal Church.
Empowered, echo. You see?
Hey, I did.
Yes, you did. You kind of loaded faster than Nori.
Angeli never ceased to amaze me, y'all.
Echo. Yeah. So we're gonna echoing some of these amazing quotes from anonymous people and some known people that have given these quotes. Okay. So are we ready to begin and put our twist in it? Okay. So our first quote is from an anonymous one. Let's take a look. Okay. Well, actually, this is from Stephanie Bennett Henry, and it says, "Life is tough, my darling, but so are you." I like this one. That is true. Like, you can never ever change the fact that life is tough. But then what do you do about it, you know? And when it says so are you, yes, because you are going through them. You're going through the motions of life. If you're here until now, it's because you were tough. You were able to woman up, right? You were able to woman up and be able to tell yourself, this too shall pass. You know, you just need to really have that breathe in and out, do what you gotta do. It's tough, yes, but that's the fact. And then just life goes on. And you're here now. You've gone, if you just look back, how many have you gone through? And at that moment, you think that, am I even going to be able to overcome this? Am I going to be even able to bounce back from this? But now you're here. And that is serving as a life story for other people. An example that even though at that moment you feel like you were desperate or hopeless, but you're here today telling your story. So yes, it's tough, but so are you. Yeah. So, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have our next quote, which is from, I believe, okay, so there it is. It's from Ricky Lake. "Motherhood is the greatest thing and the hardest thing." And it sure is.
Yeah.
Because, ooh, child, let me tell you, the things that mothers go through and endure is like, makes them kind of like superwoman. I mean, the things that they're willing to do despite of how they're feeling, despite of what they're going through. But when it comes to their children, it's like they are ready and willing to put anything and everything aside, to go the extra mile, to go above and beyond, to go to the moon and beyond, just for their child, for their children. And yes, it's a hard thing. It's not easy, because that's a whole entire human being that you're caring for, not only for 18 years, for the rest of your life. Because a mother, no matter what it is that they go through, that they face, is like, no matter how old you get, you're always going to be their baby. You know? So yeah,
And I'm pretty sure it was hard for your mother dealing with you, right?
Ooh, yes, it was. But you know, it wasn't easy. But I think she loved it so much because I am the only girl. You know, so there was so many things that she was just ready for. You know, so yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let us see our next one. So it says, "I rather regret the things I've done than regret the things I haven't done. And that's by Lucille Ball. And this is so true because you don't want to go through life with what if mentality. Like, man, what if I would have tried this? What if I would have did this? What if I would have did that? Like, yes, okay, you do something, you make a mistake, but at least you did it. But you don't have that doubt in your mind, like, maybe I could be here, maybe I could be there, maybe I could be doing this, but I was too afraid. So we can't allow fear to stop us from going after our dreams, because we don't know if that dream will become reality if we just try. Yeah. But it will never become a reality if we don't do anything about it.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Those what ifs that live in our, head, it makes us like even resentful towards ourselves because we did not try it.
You end up beating yourself over
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that
All right. Well, we have another round.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so let's take a look at our second one. Okay. This is from an anonymous person, and it says, successful mothers are not the ones who have never struggled. They're the ones who never give up despite the struggles. Exactly. I'm not a mother myself, but I've seen the hard work, for example, with my mom. Like, she had to sacrifice so much, like, for the family, even sometimes not even being able to be with me and my dad because, due to things that she needed to sacrifice for the family. So, yes, it's not the one who've never struggled, because you would never call yourself a mom if you never sacrifice anything. Just let's say sleep, right? Sleep, career, family, like for example, jobs that you have to, juggle, or even if you have other kids, your attention. So there are a lot of things that you need to sacrifice if you're a mother. So I would say all mothers, hands down to all mothers, because they've really done their part, they've struggled, and they call themselves as mother, as you said, and earlier on, even though it's like your child is like has a whole family already, have grandchildren, you still see that child as your baby, you still see them, remember when they were born, because you've also remembered the struggles that you've had, especially if you're a first-time mom, right? So hands down to all of them, because you really deserve all the love.
Okay. All right. So we do have a next one, right? Let's see that next one. And this is from Alex L. I'm thankful for my struggle because without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. Yes. As hard as it might be and sound, yes, you do learn, you do grow, you grow thick skin in struggles, when you're struggling. And that's where you also learn your strength, how far you're able to go, things that you don't even imagine that you were capable of, you find yourself. I'll give you a crazy example. Don't laugh at me, but let me tell you something. I didn't know I could run fast until a dog was chasing me. I was like, ooh, I didn't know I had that in me. I didn't know I could climb so high and so fast. Yeah. But it's so true. Whenever you're going through a struggle, whenever you're put in a position where it's like you're obligated to be strong, at the end of it, you're kind of like, I did that?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I really like that one. And it's so true. 100%.
Yes. And we have one more. Okay. There's no way to be a perfect mother, and a million ways to be a good one. And that's from someone who's anonymous. And I agree with this more. There's no perfect mother out there at all. But you see all of the sacrifice that your mom makes. Like, you see what they do, and you'll be like, yeah, my mom wasn't perfect. She did this. Especially if they're a new mom, they're learning along the way. They make mistakes. But it's like, as we were talking earlier, it's the little things that count. So it's the times when they show up for you. It's the time when, you're crazy and they're there and they're calming you down. All of those things that you're going to remember even after they're gone. Even if you live 10,000 miles apart, you're always going to remember and be like, wow, my mom was a really good mom. And there's all the times, like, I'll watch movies or I'll see like shows and I'm like, wow, my mom wasn't that crazy. She was a little crazy, but she wasn't that crazy. And you'll see like the different things and be like, yeah, she was a good mom, because ooh, it could have been worse. Like, there's always, it could have been worse. So we have to be thankful for the moms that we have.
Yeah.
That's so true.
And like, perfect is a word that's like, okay, no flaws, right? No issues, nothing like that. So you can be a very excellent and good one, but not perfect because of course, you're also human. You have your own emotions, you have your feelings. And as a mother, you want the best for your child, but also sometimes you have to put yourself there as well to take care of yourself so that you can take care of your child. And this is a good way to end this segment because we're going to be talking about more than one ways to become a mom. So that was good, crew. We like that, all right? So right now we're going to go on a quick break and prepare yourself for the next segment.
Laugh, learn, and love with Breaking the Silence. We'll be right back.
Why?
Why take a chance? Why risk a mistake? Why say something? We all have reasons why we choose to ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right. The word why can either paralyze us or empower us to stand up and protect what we love.
So if you see something, why do you say something?
I see say for my friends.
I see say for their future.
I see say for my entire school.
I see say because if I don't, who will?
I see say because all this matters.
We all have something worth protecting, a why that unifies this community we are all a part of. So protect your everyday. Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
Jesus was more than just another man. He was God in the flesh who revealed the power of the Spirit as he performed many miracles and taught the truths of the kingdom of heaven. Jesus established his church to carry on his mission, to reveal God through both his actions and his words. The Universal Church takes that mission very seriously as a school of faith. Our goal is to help you discover and develop your faith so your life can be transformed. We teach you how to draw closer to God by activating trust, faith, and obedience. Essential spiritual building blocks for a deeper relationship with Him. What sets us apart is that your problems become ours as we fight your battles for you and alongside you. Any victory and success that you win by faith becomes God's victory and success, so that you can become the next powerful testimony for His glory. Let's help you find what you've been searching for.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Justification that comes with any addiction.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
But as you mature, you have to be with someone who matures with you.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
As Mother's Day approaches, we are honoring each and every woman who've struggled, who've sacrificed, who've compromised, but still they show up for their kids. And let me ask you this question. What version of motherhood are you on right now? Whether you're a single mom, you're a first-time mom, you're an empty nester, or maybe you are already at that moment where, your kids are gone, your kids have their own families, and you have that phase in your life as well. So today we are honoring all the great women who have showed up for us. Ladies, it's such a different, journey, different sacrifice each mom goes through because no one has the same exact experience, same exact journey. No one will ever have the same exact one. So we're talking about today more than one way to become a good mother, because there are a lot of ways, and plus circumstances are different as well. Yeah. For example, single mothers who have to struggle, who have to feed the kids, right? Be that only one breadwinner in the family, having to worry about the kids, but also having to worry about what is coming in, the income that's coming in. Right. So, and plus, if there's somebody who don't have anybody to bring their kids, like, okay, no grandparents, no one to kind of depend on. So basically, they're the ones being dependent all the time. They have to be that strong woman, to be that independent woman, but also showing up for themselves as well. Because how are you going to be able to show up for others when there's so much little left inside of you. So it's a different kind of sacrifice when you see that single mother having to do everything. So not only financially, but also emotionally, mentally. And you can just imagine if you're also juggling with your career, having to have that career, put it on hold because right now I have my child. The priorities are shifting from one to another, although they're as important as you like, but then you gotta choose, right? You gotta choose, and that puts kind of like, a hold in your life.
And then we also do have the first time moms that are kind of navigating their way to that, like, who am I now moment, and it's interesting because it quickly took me back to one young lady. I was always like coming after her, like, girl, get it together. You're reckless. You're this, you're that. Come on, stop doing this, stop doing that. And it so happened that she ended up getting pregnant. She had her son. And it's like, when I saw her after having her son, she was just like this completely different person. Even though inside of her, she still had that kind of like, oh, I want to do this. And it was kind of like itching her. But in the back of her mind, she knew, she's like, no, girl, get it together. You have your son now. And she started becoming like this responsible person because it was no longer about, what I want, when I want it, how I want it. But now I have to think about everything that I'm going to do because of my son, but she also had the pressures of being, the perfect mom versus the learning as you go. Some first-time moms, sometimes they feel like, I know it all. I got it. I know what my child needs. I know what my child wants. But you're a first-time mom, so you're going to make mistakes. You're going to struggle. Sometimes you're going to be at a loss where you're going to be like, what do I do? I don't know what to do, So we also have those first-time moms that are kind of, struggling, navigating through who they are now, the pressures of being that good mom, making sure that all of their child's needs are met,
And I was thinking as you were talking, like, because a lot of first-time moms, they do all of the research, right? So they go, they buy the books, they buy this, they buy that. And then it's like, no matter how much research you do, it's like you kind of have to just go for it. Like, you just got to be there. You have to experience it for yourself. And that also happens with stepmoms, right? Because stepmoms come about and they're just thrown into a family, especially if they don't have kids already. Like, if they're just, they're with someone, they got married, and now that person has a child, it's like they're kind of coming into the middle of this child's life. And for some people, it can be really hard because it's like, of course, you have children who go and be like, you're not my mom, I don't have to listen to you. But they still decide to show up. They still decide to be there. Some of them, maybe they lost a parent, like they lost a mom and the father remarried. And there was a story that I was looking into where it was about a boy. His mom actually died during childbirth. And when the mom died, the dad kind of had this resentment against the son because he's like, you killed my wife, basically. Like, my wife is dead because of you. And so he kind of always felt like that part of being unloved. And then his dad remarried and his stepmom came about, and his stepmom was the one who actually taught him love, who showed him that compassion that we were talking about. And he held on to that for like the rest of his life, knowing that, yes, this isn't my biological mother. She's not related to me, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't love me. And a lot of times because of movies or like Disney, you see the stepmom is evil and wicked, but that's not necessarily true. There are stepmoms, there are bonus moms, who like maybe they're not a stepmom, but they're that lady's house that you go to every day because maybe your parents work so much, but she decided to take you in. She decided to make sure you eat, that you're taken care of, and she's there for you. So it doesn't have to be someone related to you. It's just someone who decides to be that mother figure, like a teacher. There's so many teachers, coaches who they take on that role. And that's why we say there's different ways to be a mom, because you don't have to actually be a biological mom to someone, but you can still have an impact on that person's life.
You talking about that just made me remember about my husband, because my husband, of course, like his mom, but also he has this one person that until today he remembers her as somebody who took care of him when he was younger. So when we visited them, like we also like had to like visit her and tell her, hey, this was, the person who took care of me, and he was really like my mom. As you've mentioned, it's not really necessarily biological. When you show up, when you care like a mom, blood is thicker than water, they say, but sometimes it's not, Sometimes those who are even like thrown into the family, they're the ones who show more affection, more love, more care, and they're the ones who show up and give, all those struggles and everything. So there's just one way. There's more one way than being just the traditional parent, having that traditional family. Again, we spoke about like if you're a single parent, if you're a first-time mom, if you are a bonus mom or a stepmom, there is more than one way. So you are also being celebrated. So mothers, happy Mother's Day, it's your day, it's approaching. So even though no one actually celebrates you, we celebrate you, okay? So don't feel bad, don't feel alone, because your day is coming up. Although we need to celebrate you every single day. Well, this next segment that's coming up is for you as well, so you better watch out for it. We're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be back.
Join the conversation, breaking the silence.
Hola, familia linda. We are here, guys.
I'm happy to be with you guys.
Still haven't heard the news?
You have reached this channel because God has the want to change your life.
Let's be real. All you need is
right here on the Showdown of Faith. I want you to be connected with us. When I say us, myself and the whole team of faith.
On LFN, you are not just another viewer. You are family.
BTS family, by the way.
YOLO show, you already know what time it is. It is the show that grows and has a lot to give and a lot of slows.
I don't know about the slow part.
Sorry guys, but the truth is, I'm not failing you, okay?
There's a lot to get into.
Okay, I'm about to say like.
Ready?
How?
So, zoom in. We gonna say it like this. You feel what I'm saying?
So unique, so new.
On Living Faith Network.
There you go. There you go. Listen, pro tips all around, right?
Stick around, because this network is just for you.
My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater, which fostered my love for acting. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
What is the point of talking when I can't even say a word?
I just can't do this anymore. What's the point of talking when no one even bothers to listen?
The raw feelings churning inside of you need to be expressed, but your emotions jumble everything up before you can even put them into words. When you don't have the voice to speak, don't worry. Write them down. Our helpline is just one text away. Text us now at 1-888-312-4141. Support is always within reach.
Ready to connect, laugh, and learn? Breaking the Silence is your go-to for honest conversations and genuine connections.
We get it, we understand. It's that one more day, one more holiday that you're like, what am I gonna give my mom? Like, you've already given her, on her birthday, on other Mother's Day, like other things that she really likes. So what do I give her now? Like, you always have that pressure on you, especially if like there's a lot of kids in the family that I'm gonna get this for mom, I'm gonna get this for mom. Or sometimes you get together and say, okay, this is what we're gonna give mom, right? But you still want yours to be kind of like unique. You still want yours to be like, that one that stands out. But it's not necessarily need to be expensive.
So I can make the macaroni art, right?
Tia.
No?
Maybe that's one that's gonna pass.
Come get her.
Hey,
it's unique. It's not expensive.
Tia.
It's a thought that counts, right? Exactly. But well, maybe that's going to be for later on.
Too old for that.
Yeah, so that's going to be for later on. But, okay, if you have a mom who's like fit, who's like always wanting to work out, or you want to get her started with that, right? Because we need to take care of our bodies. We need to have, over time, we lose muscle mass. So that is one thing that we need to do, regular exercising. So maybe one thing that you can get her is a Fitbit. It's a Fitbit Charge 6 fitness tracker. And this is also monitoring her heart rate, GPS as well, which is great, and wellness insights. So if your mom likes to track her heart rate, even she can put it on when she's asleep, and then they could track her oxygen levels, and if she's sleeping well during the night, her heart rate, they can monitor that as well. So where you can find it is, of course, Fitbit, Google Store, Amazon, and Walmart. And price ranges, if you have a budget that's like less than $200, then this is a good one for you, because it's $120 to, I would say $160. So it's not that bad. Like for somebody who, if you want to give that to that, your mom, like a busy mom, a mom who's fit and stuff like that. So
I like the GPS part, especially for the older moms.
Right.
If they tend to like go somewhere and you're like, where is she? What is she doing? You can just GPS and see where she's at.
Yeah, that's good.
I think I'm gonna get my mom that one.
Yeah.
All right. So if your mom likes jewelry, right? Like me and my mom, we like jewelry. So you can also get her a Kate Spade Heart of Gold bracelet. So it's a delicate gold-plated bracelet with a meaningful engraved message. So it's simple but meaningful piece of jewelry, something she can wear every day as a reminder of how much she's appreciated. So these are for like the moms who love simple but also elegant, jewelry, or everyday wear moms, moms who love to wear jewelry every single day, like my mom. So where you can find this, you can find it at Nordstrom, Macy's, or Kate Spade. And it's not even all that expensive. The pricing is good. It ranges from like $38 to like $48. So that would be something really nice. It's not expensive. Even if you're maybe like a teenager and you want to get something like that for your mom, you can definitely get it. It's very affordable, and it's something she's definitely going to love, especially with that engraved message in it, So,
I'm here thinking about all of the busy moms out there, okay?
All right.
Because, us people who are busy, we're always on the go. I can just imagine someone with kids. And how many times they have to reheat their coffee.
I know where we're going with this.
But if you want to help your mom solve this problem, you can get her this Hydro Flask, which is a mug, and it's for everyday comfort. It's an insulated mug that keeps drink hot or cold for hours. It's durable and it has a cozy grip. And it's a everyday upgrade for her who wants to drink tea, who wants to drink coffee. It's something that she doesn't have to worry about. If she put it down, my coffee is lukewarm, I gotta heat it up. No, she don't. She can just drink it. And where you can find it is at Hydro Flask, REI, and Target, and it's only $30 to $35. And again, you can get her favorite color. You can get purple because purple's awesome. Or any other color out there.
Yeah, but yes, definitely get that. If if those who are not moms are actually in love with that, like me, imagine moms who are
Exactly.
like, I
Who
don't
will
need to worry
need
about
it.
my
Yeah.
coffee being
Yeah.
lukewarm. So definitely. But also for the moms who love comfort, who works maybe from home and they just love comfort. We love comfort. So one of the things that you can actually get her is also a pajama set. Yes, it's breathable pajama set. It's affordable, it's comfortable, and it's not your normal pajama set. There are like different designs, different things that you could choose from. And this is Joy Spun Dream Pajama Set. And it's actually very affordable and very cheap. You can find it in Walmart. And it's from $18 to $25. So it's not that bad. And she can choose the design that she likes because she's going to be home and you want her to be comfortable at home, you know? So, yeah.
Okay, nice. I like that one. I think I'm going to get my mom that one too.
Yeah. All of that. You got the budget. I was like, well, I have to choose only one because, like, girl, the budget is not budgeting. All right.
Okay, so if your mom loves pictures and stuff, you can be able to get her a minted heart snapshot mix. So that's like a custom heart-shaped collage made from personal family photos. So this takes your favorite family photos and it turns them into a heart-shaped piece of art. It's personal, meaningful, and something she can display every single day. So who is it for? It's for more like the sentimental moms, the family-focused moms, or moms who love home decor. And it's easy to find it. You just go to minted.com. And the price range is also very, very affordable. It ranges from $20 to $56. So this is definitely something really, really nice. Those moms, if you have a mom that she always loves going through family albums, she has family albums since before you were born and stuff like that. So this will be something else to add that she's definitely going to love and put up in the house.
Yeah, and it's nice to kind of like hang it on the wall, you know, and you see it with the heart shape. It's so nice. Yeah,
it's really nice.
I think we know the gift that.
Yeah, so I'm going to send you my photos. Although I'm not a mom, okay? Yeah, but that was cute.
And we also have one more, and this is something that is a little personal for her, you know, because mothers, they love telling their stories, you know, especially as they age. We always hear, when I was your age. So we have this mom story keepsake journal, right? So it's for her to have memories. She can write memories. She can write her story experience that she's going through. And it's such a meaningful gift because it gives her space again to write her story, her memories, and moments that you may not even know. And I really like this one because it's also something that will last forever. Can you just imagine like your mom writing down in that journal, giving it to you, you're reading it, you give it to, and you just kind of like pass it down to generation to generation, or even add on to it, things like that, you know. And it's something cheap as well. It's $25 and you can get it from Barnes & Noble or Amazon. And again, it's so personal because sometimes when our moms are saying stuff, we don't want to hear it at that moment. But then it's like in the future, or like when she passed or anything, you have that from her and be like, what would my mom say about this? Let me go to her journal and you can read about it.
Yeah.
So cute.
So whether your mom is practical, whether your mom is somebody who likes to be healthy or sentimental or family focused, well, we got all that for you, right? And maybe we did not cover everything, but you know your mom. So you know what she likes. You know what really would be something will be a treasure for her. Like even if it's just not really with the price range that sometimes we go over the top, but then what really matters for her is your presence. So make sure that you enjoy that day with your mom with a little bit of a gift, okay? So we are gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
Join the conversation, breaking the silence.
I will always love you. I would echo of a prayer for you.
The first sound a baby makes is a cry. their first words to the world. As they grow, parents long to hear mommy or daddy, words that bring joy.
Who's that guy?
I love mom. I love mom.
Yeah? What? Hi, Dada. Hi, Scarlett.
But as children grow older, words become more than sounds. They shape who they are. In school, at home, with friends.
I'm being serious.
Words become lessons.
But I'm only saying for
Some
an
build
hour
us up.
tops, okay?
Others tear us down. Before you know it, the words you speak about yourself are no longer positive. You're not good enough. It's always been this way. Why me? You begin to curse your own life without even realizing it. Doctor comes in with bad news.
The breast biopsy revealed that you have an invasive form of breast cancer.
And suddenly you claim it. I'm sick. It's my burden to carry. It runs in my family. Without knowing it, your words just made that sickness part of who you are. But it doesn't have to be that way. The Bible says that death and life are in the power of the tongue. Your words carry power.
How can I have breast cancer?
The power to curse or to heal. To hold on to problems.
You aren't me.
What if this is the moment I lose control?
Or to let them go. So say instead, I will overcome. By his stripes I am healed. This is not my destiny. Stop claiming defeat. Start declaring victory. Because the Word of God says you are an overcomer.
Well, the show is not over, and we actually got some comments from you, all lovely viewers, that you want to shout out your mom. So we're gonna read some of them, okay? All right, we have one from Kayla, and she says like this: shout out to my mom. Your love held me together in moments when I didn't even know I was falling apart. I love you always.
That is so
I love you. Yes, love you, mom.
All right.
Love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Okay.
I'm a viewer too.
I'm joining in.
She's getting ready.
Wishing her mom a happy Mother's Day.
We have our next one, which is from Janissa. She goes, happy Mother's Day to my mom, my first alarm clock, my personal chef, my unpaid therapist. You deserve a raise, and you better give her that raise.
Yes.
Okay, Janissa?
Because she has a lot of jobs.
Exactly.
A whole lot.
Personal train, all of that. Personal stress, gym trainer, all of this.
Through anything and everything. So yes, you better pay her. And good.
Yes, definitely.
You better get that Fitbit to track her stress levels, because her stress levels must be, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and we have our last one from Susan. So she says, happy Mother's Day to my mom. Your prayers covered me when I couldn't stand on my own. God truly blessed me with you. That is so sweet. And I can just imagine the trouble that Susan gave her mom.
Oh, yeah.
Just for her sake. Because imagine, she's like, I couldn't, stand on my own. So she's probably going down the path, and the mom is, trying to give her advice. And, of course, she doesn't want to hear that advice at that moment. But her mom just did what she had to do, and now I believe Susan is on the right path again.
Yes, we believe Susan.
Yes.
Give us a little feedback.
Yes.
How you doing now? But yeah, to all the praying moms, yes, all your prayers, right? They're not in vain at all. Well, if you do want to leave a shout out, right? Maybe not for Mother's Day, but any other things, you want to leave ideas, any comments, any opinions that you might have, you can scan this QR code and leave that comment with us. So it's Breaking the Silence _talk show. If you want as well to be a joiner, a viewer joiner of the show, you want to share your story, you want to share your business with us, or just hang with us because we're so fun, right? We don't have like a silent moment.
Definitely not.
You can, as you've seen, right? Well, you have that QR code that you can actually scan. However, ladies, it's that time where we'll be wrapping up. And I guess we'll have to say goodbye. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's
See
Day.
y'all.
Bye.